it's Janine over at SLOHappyVintage, and I'm out on another adventure. I had some errands to run, so of course I have to stop by my favorite antique and thrift stores to see what they have. All right, so let's go in and see what we can find today.
How do you spin it?
The little buttons right here.
Oh, oh, look at that.
Last stop of the day is right by the beach, and it's just a gorgeous day. Now, the question has come up often, what do I look for when I'm outsourcing? I mean, I'm always looking for things that make my heart sing. Usually that's antique and vintage pieces. Not all antique and vintage pieces. Just because it's old doesn't mean it has real value. So I'm a little particular on that.
I'm back home and ready to show you all the exciting things that I found. So I'm going to start with all of the $3 items. I have things kind of separated in value amounts so I can kind of keep them straight. Now, these things were found at several different antique stores and thrift stores. All of these came from the same antique store. That's one of my favorite places to visit. And let's get right to it. This bracelet is not marked and it is missing a couple of baguettes that I'm going to have to replace, but I couldn't pass it up. Look at how let's have a moment for this. It's like 9 rows of rhinestones and just really beautiful. So it's got a safety clasp. It's very well made. It's older. I like the older things. You can find some of these things newer, but they're just not made the same, not the same quality. So we will put that aside to be fixed. This is also not marked. It's very reminiscent of a Christian Dior, but it obviously is not Christian Dior because that would be marked plainly. It's made to look like gripois poured glass. They're just domed glass cabochons, but they're quite beautiful in lovely jewel tones. This one right here is a Renoir. Really, the reason I bought this, it is a missing part of the clasp. I'm going to try to repair that. I'm not sure if I can. I don't want to remove this clasp because this is the part that says Renoir on it. But the mid-century design on this is just beautiful. So I will fix this one way or another and restore it to a usable piece. You know, I really love mid-century designs. I sometimes will wear them. Most often I will wear more the romantic Victorian Edwardian type stuff. But every once in a while I just get a penchant for wearing something mid-century. This right here is a Trifari. It's an older Trifari, typical Trifari quality, very nicely done, signed with the little crown Trifari mark here. And I think I have some matching earrings to this as well. So I'm going to give that a look in my drawer and see if I can sell it as a demi-parure. This is also Trifari. Now this is more modern Trifari. I don't know if you can notice the difference. This is clearly 50s, 60s. This is probably 80s, 90s. It's still cute. It's got a nautical theme, but the quality just isn't the same. It does have a spring ring clasp, but they're just, in the 90s, I believe it was, Trifari got bought out and production was moved to China, and the quality has just changed. You'll notice that the tag is newer. It no longer has the crown mark over the T. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It's block letters with a trademark sign. So that's a newer Trifari. But it was still cute, and it was only $3, so I went ahead and I picked that up. This is a Coro. It's got the Pegasus Coro mark. I don't pick up a lot of Coro, but when I find the older Pegasus trademark ones, and they're in good condition, I do go ahead and get them. It is a cuff style hinged bracelet with a safety chain. The clasp is tight, and it's got a lovely brushed gold tone finish on it. Then this one, the color was just amazing, but I took a glance at this and I thought, oh, you know what, that's probably Bakelite. And it is. These beads right here are Bakelite. I think they call that butterscotch, or it's not quite egg yolk. So I'm not sure if that's butterscotch or egg yolk, but the colors are beautiful. It's going to be like a 60s, 70s type necklace. It's got cute little bead caps. It's in lovely condition with, does it have a barrel clasp? Where's your clasp? Yes, it's got a barrel clasp on it. When you see barrel clasps and spring rings, you know they're a little bit on the older side. And it's good to get to know your clasps, although you can't always rely on just the clasp because people do replace clasps occasionally. This one obviously has not been replaced. It's super well tight on there and just a lovely necklace. The last of the $3, oh, not the last, second to the last of the $3 is this. This is a ball chain necklace, but it's got really lovely spiral texture on these balls, and it's got a good weight to it. I'm going to have to do some research on this because I think these are a specific type of bead. If anybody knows what type of bead that is, please let me know in the comments. But it's a very long necklace, it could be doubled over, possibly even tripled. Just beautiful. It has a little bit of verdigris on it. That should be easy to clean off though. It's not bad. And then the last $3 necklace is this wonderful, this is a Hobei, and here's the little Hobei signature. It's very hard to read on there, but this is a fringe necklace. Let's see if I can focus on that. Focus please, there we go. So it's a long, big necklace. It is missing one strand here, but all of these strands are the same length, and so I will probably just take one of these off and stick it there, or move it over so it's uniform. Really, really fun necklace. Can you imagine wearing that with like a white t-shirt and some jeans? The chain, I'm not sure what they call it. It's almost like a Greek key chain design. Okay, the next thing you saw in the cabinet, me pointing to this Trifari bracelet. Really lovely bracelet in beautiful condition. I did pay up for this. It was $12, but look at how lovely that condition is. It would go with everything. It's subtle but beautiful. Got kind of a daisy starburst panel style. I have to look really close for these signatures. It has a Crown Trifari mark right in there. Most all Trifaris are marked, but it can be deceiving because some of them just have that little key charm on them, which can be removed over time. And the newer ones sometimes just had a paper hang tag. So all of the older Trifari, with very few exceptions, will be signed. This piece right here I debated about. It's 1928, and you can see the swirly background on it. The reason I bought this is not because it's 1928, but I just liked the design. I don't think it is tremendous value, but 1928 did a lot of replica design work from the Art Nouveau period, and that's one of my favorite periods. And it's really hard to find Art Nouveau and Victorian Edwardian jewelry in good condition. So when I find kind of a lovely piece that is reminiscent of that time period, that's reasonably priced, sometimes I grab it, sometimes I don't. This one, I actually have a pendant that is very similar to this, a pendant necklace, but this was $10, and I don't know, what do you think? Good purchase? I think it was. I think it's in excellent condition. Pin is in good condition, has a tiny bit of a bend in it, but I can straighten that. This one I just fell in love with. Like I said before, I love jewelry that has horses on it. And let me get this a little closer. Zoom in. This was originally a bridal rosette. If you look on the back of it, you can see it had a piece of metal that came from here and went to here that would have attached to the corner of a bridle of a horse up by the ear. And these were, I can't remember how old this is. I'll have to look it up. Somebody did a really nice job in taking that metal piece off and soldering on a pin back to the back side of that. So now it's a brooch, and this one I will be keeping in my collection. Really lovely. I paid $15 for this one. Another piece that I paid $15 for is this little, I guess he's a flamingo. My guess is a flamingo, but he's definitely not pink. This is a stylized replica of the brooch made famous by the Duchess of Windsor. She wore this a similar brooch to this often, and it was one of her favorites. Of course, hers was Cartier, and this does not have a maker's mark, but it's a very nice piece. They have been remade lots of different ways over time, and I think this is my favorite. I have two of these. I have one to keep and one to sell. This one is missing a little rhinestone here. I will fix that before I put it up for sale. These are Joan Rivers earrings, and I believe these were sold on QVC or HSN, one of the home network shopping things, but they are signed Joan Rivers on the back, and they're really pretty. I really should test these stones. I think they're probably just glass, but I'm going to test them just to make sure. And then this is a simulated quartz necklace. Now, if these were actual quartz stones, this necklace would weigh an absolute ton, but they mimicked quartz really well in this, and it's got little swirls in it. So at a distance, it really does look like caged quartz. It's loose. It's basically plastic or acrylic and fairly lightweight. It is also signed right here, Joan Rivers, right there. And it has a double clasp. It's got a lobster clasp. I rarely buy lobster clasp, but somebody also put a magnetic clasp on it. I'm going to take this magnetic clasp off because it's really a little too light for this necklace. I mean, it's not a heavy necklace, but on some of these you just don't trust those magnetic clasps. Now, going to the $1 pile. I just love the $1 pile. I find some really fun things for $1. We're going to start with this. These have been often made in silver. This one is not silver. It looks to be stainless steel, and they're the end caps are fists. I don't think they come off. Maybe they, no, I don't think they do. Anyway, it was just a cute little bracelet for $1. Then I have a repair. This little sad ring is a Coro ring, and I am going to restore it. I thought it was pretty cute. It's not, well, I guess it's about a size 8, and it just needs rhinestones and some more of these little faux turquoise little beads. Cute little ring. And we have an agate and a surround. I actually got this for the surround. I have several different items that I want to stick in here. Real stone in there, so I might just leave it the way it is. It is a really pretty green, kind of seafoam green agate. And then these I bought just because I wanted the rhinestones out of them. They're prong set. I'm hoping that those rhinestones are foil backed because they will be more use to me if they are foil backed. But the pinks and blues I thought were pretty, and I can harvest those rhinestones to use in other projects. Same with these. I was looking for glowing stones in that bin full of miscellaneous parts, and these little green stones glow like crazy when you shine a black light on them, so I will be holding those out to use in other projects. And this is a gold-filled pendant that is really quite pretty. I'm not sure if those are real pearls or not, but I believe they are faux. But it's cute. It's got this little leaf bail, and it is marked 1/20th 12 karat gold filled, and it's HG, which is a better process for longer lasting wear on the gold filled or gold electroplated, or however it is they put the gold on there. So I thought that was really cute. This is a company Safe Driver Award for a trucking company. It's a belt buckle, and I just thought I'd give this a try. It is signed on the back. I can't really read what it says on the back. It's really kind of smushy. So one way that you can try to read blurry things is if you dust them with a little bit of flour and then wipe it off, and sometimes the image is a little bit more clear. So I might try that later to try to read who made this Safe Driving Award. It's really cute, and I really like the accent of the pink gemstones or the pink rhinestones on there. These are marked Czechoslovakia. So this is that there's a big basket full of dollar items that you can rummage through, and they say not to take things out of the bags. So I don't believe I did take these out of the bags. I did see that they were marked Czechoslovakia, but when I got them home, I noticed that they're missing an oval rhinestone as well as a round one here. So that might be a little bit of a hard fix to find an oval like that. I'm gonna try there, you know, for $1. Once again, you do take a chance, but that's part of buying, collecting, restoring, reselling. Sometimes you can't fix things and you feel like you've wasted money, but hopefully the things that you sell or collect or love make up for the, I guess you'd call them mistakes. I don't know if this is a mistake yet. There are lovely earrings, and hopefully I can find a rhinestone that will fit in there. But I will put those in the to be repaired pile. Now these are cufflinks, and I don't believe they're marked anywhere. They are quite a bit older. They're mother of pearl. I don't know if they're gold or not. I don't think so. They might be gold plated, but maybe I should test them just in case, because some of these things can surprise you. I don't see much wear on these, but I'll test those. But look how pretty those are. They could be, the style reminds me of more Art Deco. They could actually be that old. This was a very good find. This is a Trifari, beautiful brooch. These brooches for a while were selling in the 60s to 80s. It is an older Trifari, and this Trifari mark, I mean, when I looked at it, I immediately said, that's Trifari. Trifari has a certain pearl luster and a certain gold tone. They developed the pearl luster themselves, so when you have to repair a Trifari piece that has pearls in it, you really need to find another Trifari piece to swap the pearls out, because the luster is different than most any other pearls you're going to find. Same thing with the gold tone. They developed their own gold tone. It just has a certain look to it. It's got a certain richness to it, and it resembles real gold probably more closely than any other manufacturer of costume jewelry does. You have to look really closely to find the mark on this one. It's very faintly right over here. It's got the crown Trifari with a little copyright symbol. So this puts that in like the 1955-60 range. $1, that was a really, really nice find for $1. Then the other really nice find was this. Look what was hiding in the dollar bins. Let's get a close-up of this. This is an Edwardian, kind of like a lavalier style pendant. I have not tested those stones. I don't think they are I think they're glass, but this looks to be gold plated. And I just love these old pieces. It's just very delicate, very intricate, and just beautiful. It has the remnant of its little chain but sadly it was broken, and I was pretty surprised to find that in the dollar bins. I just ran a scratch test on the little lavalier and the cufflinks, and I used my lowest carat testing solution, and it's holding at 10 carat on both of those. So I'm assuming that they're plated. They could just be very low carat gold. I might have to take these to the jeweler just to confirm. But that's a fun find. You never know what you're going to find.
I'm also looking for unique pieces, unusual artisan pieces, things that I can upcycle and repurpose into other works.
Speaking of unusual and artisan pieces, I found this at the swap meet. Look at how beautiful this is. I believe it's made out of nickel silver. I don't believe it's sterling. It opens, and it's in the shape of a Sacred Heart. It is signed Judith Roberts, and it says Collection on the back. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on this piece, but there are a couple by her that have sold on eBay and Etsy and some other places. It's got a handcrafted C-clasp, handcrafted hinge. The pin looks like a standard pin, but the components here are all handcrafted. I just thought that was just unusual. I paid $18 for this at the swap meet, and not something that I plan to keep, but I admire the style and handcrafted artistic ability of people to make things like this. So another beautiful piece. That is it for today. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite piece was. And if you do any repairs on your own, or if you want to learn how to do repairs, let me know as well. Thanks for watching. As always, I really do appreciate you guys being here. My little channel is still a little channel, and hopefully it can grow a little bit more. But if not, that's okay too, because I do this just for fun, for education. I take a great deal of joy in sharing my finds with you. And that's it for today. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.